Welcome back to the Liberty Mundo channel. Please like and subscribe to help us grow on YouTube and produce more content like this. Today, we're here to guide you through everything you need to know about how to get a retirement visa for Ireland. If you've ever dreamed of spending your golden years surrounded by Ireland's lush green landscapes, charming villages, and rich culture, this video is for you. But before you pack your bags, there's a process you'll need to follow to make that dream a reality. Don't worry, we're here to explain it step by step. Retiring to Ireland is an exciting prospect, and the Irish government has specific requirements for retirees. The first thing to know is that Ireland doesn't have a dedicated retirement visa in the traditional sense. Instead, retirees apply for what's called Stamp Zero permission. This is a temporary residence status designed for people of independent means, essentially, those who can financially support themselves without relying on the Irish state. Now here's an important point to clarify. There is no minimum age requirement for Stamp Zero permission. While it's often referred to as a retirement visa, it's technically for people of independent means. This means you don't have to be of traditional retirement age to apply. As long as you meet the financial requirements and don't plan to work or rely on state benefits, you can apply for this visa regardless of your age. That said, most applicants tend to be individuals who are no longer working and are looking to settle in Ireland for their retirement years. So what does that mean for you? To qualify for Stamp Zero, you'll need to meet some strict financial requirements. First, you must have an annual income of at least 50,000 euros. This income can come from pensions, investments, or other reliable sources, but it must be steady and guaranteed. On top of that, you'll need access to a lump sum of savings. This is meant to cover any unexpected expenses, like medical emergencies, or even purchasing a home in Ireland. The exact amount isn't specified, but it should be substantial. Think in terms of the cost of a residential property in Ireland. When you apply, you'll need to provide detailed financial documentation. This includes 6 months of bank statements, a breakdown of your income and expenses, and proof that your finances are stable. All of this must be presented in a clear spreadsheet format, converted into euros, and certified by an Irish accountancy firm. Yes, it's a bit of extra work, but it's a crucial step to show the Irish authorities that you're financially independent. Once you've gathered your financial documents, the next step is to apply for permission to retire in Ireland. This involves completing the TPER application form and sending it, along with your supporting documents, to the Immigration Service Delivery Office in Dublin. If your application is approved, you'll receive a Conditional Letter of Offer. This letter is essentially a green light to move forward, but it comes with conditions. For example, if you're from a visa-required country, you'll need to apply for a D-Reside visa before traveling to Ireland. This visa is specifically for retirees and must be obtained before you enter the country. Without it, you won't be able to complete the registration process once you arrive. For those of you from non-visa required countries, the process is a bit simpler. Once you have your Conditional Letter of Offer, you can travel to Ireland. However, keep in mind that entry into the country is still at the discretion of the immigration officer at the port of entry. So, it's important to have all your paperwork in order and be prepared to explain your purpose for entering Ireland. Now, let's talk about what happens once you arrive. After you've landed in Ireland, you'll need to complete the final steps of the process. This involves sending your signed agreement form. Remember, this is the form that came with your Conditional Letter of Offer, along with your passport to the Immigration Service Delivery Office. They'll add a Stamp Zero to your passport and return it to you. This stamp is your official permission to reside in Ireland as a retiree. But you're not done just yet. You'll also need to register your permission. If you're living in Dublin, Kildare, Meath, Wicklow, Cork, or Limerick, you'll need to visit the registration office in Dublin. If you're living outside these counties, you can register at your local Garda station. This step is essential to finalize your residency status, so don't skip it. Now, let's quickly go over the other documents you'll need for your application. In addition to your financial records, you'll need a copy of your passport, your birth certificate, and, if applicable, your marriage certificate. You'll also need a police clearance certificate from your home country to show that you have no criminal record. And don't forget about health insurance. You'll need private medical insurance that provides full coverage in Irish private hospitals. This is non-negotiable, as the Irish government wants to ensure that you won't rely on public healthcare services. Once you've settled in Ireland, you'll need to renew your Stamp Zero permission periodically. This involves submitting a renewal application at least 4 months before your current permission expires. The renewal process is similar to the initial application, so you'll need to provide updated financial records, proof of medical insurance, and any other relevant documents. It's a good idea to stay on top of this to avoid any gaps in your residency status. Now let's talk about processing times. On average, it takes about 4 months for your application to be processed. However, delays can happen, especially if your documents are incomplete or unclear. To avoid this, double-check everything before you submit your application. Make sure your financial records are certified by an Irish accountant, your health insurance meets the requirements, and all your forms are filled out correctly. A little extra effort up front can save you a lot of time and stress later on. Here's something else to consider. If you're planning to make Ireland your permanent home, you may eventually qualify for Irish citizenship. While Stamp 0 is a temporary residence status, it can be a stepping stone toward citizenship. To be eligible, you'll need to spend at least 6 months of the year in Ireland for 5 consecutive years. This is known as meeting the residency requirement. After that, you can apply for naturalization, which is the process of becoming an Irish citizen. Keep in mind that the naturalization process has its own set of requirements, including demonstrating good character and a genuine connection to Ireland. But for many retirees, the opportunity to become an Irish citizen is a rewarding long-term goal. So, what's life like in Ireland once you've secured your retirement visa? As a Stamp 0 holder, you'll have the freedom to enjoy everything Ireland has to offer, from its breathtaking landscapes to its vibrant culture. However, there are a few restrictions to keep in mind. For example, you won't be allowed to work or access state benefits. This is why financial independence is such a key requirement. But as long as you meet the conditions of your permission, you'll be able to live in Ireland and make the most of your retirement years. Before we wrap up, let's touch on a few tips to make your application process smoother. First, start early. Gathering all the required documents, especially financial records and health insurance, can take time. Second, consider working with professionals, like an immigration lawyer or an Irish accountant, to ensure your application is complete and accurate. And finally, be patient. The process can be lengthy, but the reward, spending your retirement in a beautiful and tax-efficient country, is well worth it. And that's it. By following these steps and meeting the requirements, you'll be well on your way to retiring in Ireland. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with anyone else who might be dreaming of retiring to Ireland. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.